All right, so our officers responded here to the Fairlane Mall at about 1:25 p.m. on report of a shooting. Upon their arrival, they discovered 3 gunshot victims here at Fairlane Mall. They immediately started rendering aid to those 3 gunshot victims. 2 of them have passed away, and the loss of life is tragic, and my condolences go out to the families of those that were involved in this incident. 2 of them were transported to an area hospital. 1 of them expired at the hospital, and 1 of them passed away here inside the mall. I can tell you that our investigation at this point is preliminary. It's still very active, but it appears this was not a random act of violence. It was between 2 parties that knew each other here at the mall, and a fight began that escalated in gunfire. It appears that both parties had firearms. We have a number of the people involved at the station, and we're interviewing them to better understand what led to this escalation. But I can assure you that those involved or responsible for this will be held accountable. I want to thank the other agencies that responded. We have U of M Dearborn that responded, the Michigan State Police, and I've had our federal partners reach out to see if we need any assistance. So I thank them for their assistance. The mall will be closed at least for the next couple hours as we kind of continue and wrap up the investigation here at the mall. But like this kind of these kinds of acts of violence are completely unacceptable. I mean, for it to happen anywhere is unacceptable. But the idea that it would happen in a public space, a mall where people are shopping, is unconscionable. And it's just for young adults. I can't give you the ages. I don't know them at this point, but they're no older than my kids at home. And so it's just unbelievable. So,
Chief, we had heard that people said maybe that someone was struggling with a woman over a purse, or it looked like it was a burglary robbery kind of situation.
Suggest that the robbery was involved in this at all.
Nothing to suggest there was robbery.
No, not at all.
Okay. Do we know what kind of an argument or what exactly?
So we don't know. I don't know the motive for it, but it appears that they know each other, right? And they met here at the mall, and that a fight ensued and escalated.
Do you know what that connection is between the 2 parties?
That I don't know. Right. We're actively kind of investigating. We're only about an hour and a half away from this happening, and but we'll get to the bottom of it.
We talked with multiple people that are worried about the fate of this mall or just the status of this mall with dangerous things that happen here. Are you concerned about this mall?
Well, when you say dangerous things that happen here, I don't know what you're alluding to. This is a terrible, tragic incident that could happen anywhere. Dearborn was the 2nd safest city in the state of Michigan, and Dearborn's a safe community. But these random acts of violence can happen anywhere.
Do you know what kind of weapon was used and how it got into the mall?
No, I can tell you they're handguns, and it appears that they brought them into the mall.
Chief, when you talk about these young people, are they all male?
Not necessarily, no.
There
was parts of the group. There were people that were parties to the group that were not male. So.
Our victims, our 3 people who were shot,
yes,
2 deceased, are male.
They're all 3 young adults. Yeah.
And those 3 people are from both parties or just one party?
We believe they're from both parties.
Are there suspects at large right now?
At this point, I can't determine that or not. I can't give you that answer.
Anyone in custody?
So we don't know. Right now, we have folks at the station that we're interviewing that could lead to people being in custody, or it could not. So like I said, it's an active investigation.
But
We've
we
heard that
don't
someone
know.
was hit by a car outside of the mall, and it might have been a suspect. Can you confirm if that's true or not?
So thank you for that question. There was an individual that was hit by a car on the other side of the mall in his effort to get away from the gunfire, but he's not connected to the incident.
What's your message to people tonight?
Go ahead.
Okay. A lot of people are scared, traumatized from what happened inside. What would you say to them tonight?
And I would tell them that not to be afraid to come to the mall. That we've had acts of violence that happens everywhere, but this is generally a safe mall. It's a safe city, and I would encourage folks to visit. I expect that there's a watch party right now in the West End. I can guarantee that it's full of folks that are enjoying themselves and families. So I would encourage folks to not be afraid.
Chief, if
I could add something, Randy, if anybody does have any information related to this incident, I would encourage them to reach out to the Dearborn Police Department, because this is still a very active investigation.
But right now, we don't know if the shooter is in custody.
I can tell you, Amy, that I have folks involved in the incident at the station. And right now, I can't determine necessarily if they were the ones that were involved in the shooting. That would be premature.
Someone who was
I'll take 2 more questions, guys.
There was some confusion about the evacuation protocols, if you will, because some stores were making people stay while allowing others to leave. A woman said that officers were clearing stores in the building with those who were trapped inside right there behind them. Can you speak to that at all?
Sure, thank you for that question, Randy. When you have an incident like this that's kind of dynamic, and as you can imagine, the mall is a very large place, we want to make sure we're being systematic about clearing the mall to make sure that there aren't any potential suspects that might have hidden in somewhere in the mall or dropped a firearm somewhere. And so we go through it systematically so that people can be safe, and it takes us a little bit of time to clear the mall. So that's what we were doing.
Do we know roughly the ages of the victims?
I can just tell you that they're no older than my kids, and they're late teens to early 20s. That would be my guess.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, you guys, I appreciate everybody coming out, helping get the message out. Again, thank you for your time, and once we have more information, we'll update you guys, okay?
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much.
right, ladies and gentlemen, if you